Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. Today we have a very important topic and I would like you guys to listen carefully. Uh, and this is my message to the Muslims who always get upset from me. And I understand, I'm not expecting you to be happy from what I'm doing. But this is my challenge to the Muslims is to use their brain and not to judge before you listen carefully. And I do the same to the Christians. Don't judge Islam in a negative way until we prove that it is negative. And you better do that yourself, not based on what I am telling you, which means if anything I say is not based on Islam and it's not convincing, you better search yourself and find the answer. You know, Muhammad, he always faced a big failure in his mission. Many people, they would think that Muhammad was victorious. Muhammad was victorious only when he started using the sword as a gang to enforce his belief and his religion. However, he was really a big failure in his mission. Look what Muhammad he said as an example in this hadith. This is in Sahih al-Bukhari, and this is very authentic hadith. He said, had only 10 Jews amongst their chiefs. Believe me, by the way, you see, this is the Muslim translation. In the Arabic, it doesn't say amongst their chiefs. It says only 10 Jews. Actually, let me show you the hadith in Arabic, just to show you that Muslims, when they translate, they have no dignity and they false fiction things. Because the point of saying, if 10 of their leaders believe in me, and if the hadith doesn't say that, it's mean this is a fiction, this is a fabrication, and the Muslims are the best to fabricate because they assume that you do not know Arabic. Therefore, you know, we can lie to you and you have no idea how you will know. So if we go to the hadith, and this is the hadith in the front of my eyes, as you see it in here, this is the translation between two brackets. Always, by the way, when you see between two brackets, it means the Muslims are telling you, they are telling you, we are lying. Okay, we are adding things. So it doesn't say in the hadith that. This is why they put it between two brackets. In Arabic, in the front of me, it says, لو آمن بي عشرة من اليهود لآمن بي اليهود. So Muhammad saying clearly, if only 10 of the Jews believed on me, the Jews will believe in me. So Muhammad, he was not able to make not even 10 Jews believe in him. Not 10 leaders as it says there in the translation. So why Muhammad he failed to make the Jews believe in him? Now for sure the Jews, they've been taught carefully about who can be a prophet of God, who cannot be a prophet of God. Not because only the ethic, Muhammad he don't fit with the ethic, not because Muhammad is not from the Jewish lineage, not because Muhammad he has no miracles, but Muhammad he has no prophecy to be a prophet anyway. Like, it's funny that Muslims, they call Muhammad a prophet, but there's no prophecy of this man. Actually, all his prophecy became to come a lie, not a true, as we remember in chapter Al-Anfal, verse number 65 and 66, where he said that 10 of you can fight 100, and then we find that was not a true. The Muslim, they went to war and they lost, and then Muhammad he make right away a verse after saying, Allah he found right now a weakness in you, so he enlightened your task. And other false prophecy, when Muhammad he said the moon is the judgment day is near and the moon is split, and there's no moon split and nobody witnessed that. You see, when the moon is split, the whole world should see that, and historian around the earth, this is not something to forget to mention. This is the moon. And just to remind you, if the moon is split in Arabia, people in Europe, they will see it in the same time, because zone time is very close to each other. And at that time, especially at that time, the Roman was in the borders of the what is called today the Arabian Peninsula, which is Syria and Jordan and Israel. So we are talking about the same location, and yet nobody ever from the Roman or even the Persian or anywhere in the world, or even India. India is not far away from Saudi Arabia, by the way. It's just across the sea. You know, you can go in 6 hours trip in the sea, and you will be in Pakistan. So nobody, no historian ever mentioned that the moon split as the Muslims claim, and then he said the judgment day is near, and you know, this was a false prophecy mentioned 1400 years ago, and still the judgment day is not near. So when Muhammad, he said, if 10 Jews believe in me, the rest of the Jews will believe. Well, that's because there is no reason for anyone to believe in you, because you failed. You fail in every way, in every mean. And today our video is to prove to prove that Muhammad was nothing but a failure, to prove that he is a messenger of his God, who he claimed to be a God, and he could not provide any proof of that. But actually our video is more deep than just proving Muhammad to be a false prophet by a false prophecy. There is more evidence that Muhammad was extremely a false prophet. If we go to the Quran as an example, in chapter 64 verse number 11, you can read any translation you want, and as you know, I don't approve any Islamic translation. However, I use it just so Muslims don't say this is my translation. According to the Quran, as you see in front of me, nothing, no disaster, no bad things can happen to you unless by the leave of Allah. So I want you to keep that on mind. No bad thing ever can happen to you except by the leave of Allah. What does that mean? To make it simple, if a car accident happened to you, it is Allah who made it happen. If somebody kill you, it's Allah who made it happen. If you win the lotto, it's Allah who made it happen. And because this is a good thing, what it's meant here, by the way, it's about the bad and the good, not only the bad. So anything will happen to you, it's by the permission of Allah, which means nothing will happen to you unless by permission of Allah. Now some of you might say, well, I believe as a Christian that nothing can happen to me unless God approve it. This is not really true. You see, God, he created us in this earth, and he, you know, he gave us a free will to do things, and free will mean I can do things without his intervene. So if I want to kill somebody, it's not Allah who asking me to kill him. It's not Allah, or you know, if I am a Muslim, I'm trying to speak to the Muslims. If I'm a Muslim, then in this case you are saying to me Allah is the one who made me kill him. But if I'm a Christian, my God, he will not intervene and make me kill the person. Otherwise, this is mean we Christians don't have a free will. However, Muslims do not believe in free will, and that's what is called destiny. So what we are showing you in front of us right now is something called destiny. It is your destiny. Now many people, they use the term destiny, and many people believe in it, even from those who they are not Muslims. But destiny is a false fiction, and it's not exist. For God, he gave you free will to believe or not to believe, to accept or not to accept. This is why Jesus, he said, not everyone say to me, Lord, Lord, will enter the kingdom of my Father, but the one who do his will. So he have a will and you have a will. If you decide to do your own will, which is opposing his will, then you will not enter the kingdom of the Father. So we don't believe in destiny. Now for sure God can intervene, let us say in a special mission, let us say in the life of a prophet, or in a life in a special person, or because you ask God with a prayer and he intervene in your life. But this is not destiny. All right? So Muslims believe in destiny, and nothing bad can happen unless by the permission of Allah. So based on this, Muhammad, he come with a story which is very, very dangerous. You see, if you remember, Muhammad, he mentioned before that he was suffering from the poison he ate in Khaybar. If you don't remember the story, Muhammad, he mentioned, or the Muslims, they mentioned to us that Muhammad, after he killed the people of Khaybar, a Jewish woman, she cooked for him a sheep, and then she put a poison in it, and when Muhammad and his companions start eating, the one next to him, he died in the spot right away, immediately, which means he hit where the poison is so strong. Now Muhammad, he ate from the poison, but he did not infected the same as the one who was next to him, because he did not take that part which is full of poison. So he was infected, so he was dying slowly. Look what the Prophet here is saying. The Prophet, sorry, Aisha she's saying, the Prophet in his element of death, which he died, used to say, which mean many time, which mean always when this man he suffer or he have a pain, he say always repeating the same. O Aisha, I still feel pain caused by the food I ate at Khaybar, and at this time I feel as my aorta is being cut off from the poison. So Muhammad here is confirming that he is dying because of the poison. If the Muslim want to say Muhammad is wrong, he's stupid, well, this is your business. Alright, now he is the one saying that. You go and ask him why you are saying that. We don't agree with you. And the funny, Muslims don't agree even with their prophet, when the story Muhammad he mentioned is going to expose him for being a false prophet. Now what does this have to do with being false prophet? If we go to different hadith, we will find the following. This is the story where Muhammad he was poisoned by the women. Alright, this is Sahih Muslim, this is Sahih Hadith, so the Muslims cannot say to us it's weak. Alright, you see the numbers in the front of your eyes. And when the woman she gave Muhammad the poisoned sheep, Muhammad, after and a guy he died next to him, so he asked her, he called her, Muhammad, they arrested the women, and he asked her, why you did that? Why you did that? Actually, the story here is not accurate. I tried to find it in English, I could not. The story in Arabic, it says, you killed my husband, my brother, and my family, and I have the right to kill you. Alright? But here, in this story here, in this hadith, she said, I had determined to kill you. Thereupon he said, Allah will never give you the power to do it. Hold on. That is very dangerous. Allah will never give you the power to do it. It's mean Allah is the protector of Muhammad, and he is a special one to Muhammad, and there is no way Allah will let that to happen to him. As you see, the one who is mentioning this is Muhammad himself, not the woman. The woman, she said, I am determined to kill you. Muhammad is the one saying, if I am, this will never happen to me, because simply I am a prophet of God. I am protected by God. Now the story here, they have many ending. Like here they say they did not kill her right away, and some story they say she became a Muslim. Some story they killed her. It says they killed her because she killed his companion immediately, based on that poison. So there is many stories about it. All right. Now here, look what it says here, that they are mentioned even in this hadith that Muhammad, he always speak about the poison is affecting his vulva in his artery, and always he is suffering from the pain of this poison. Now Muhammad, when he said Allah will never allow you or will never give you power to do it, and then we find this hadith where it says that the food I ate in Khaybar is killing me, the poison I ate in Khaybar is killing me. That's mean Muhammad is he made a false statement in that story there. Do you see what I'm saying? If he is saying Allah will never allow you to do that, but as we see, the result is the opposite. The result is it happened. Obviously Allah, he allowed it to happen, if Allah is exist. Then Muhammad and the Muslims need to explain to us how Muhammad he claimed that he is a prophet of God, and he don't say anything unless it's coming from God, and then he say two things contradicting each other. Actually, the story is more deep than this, because there's many hadith about this story, as we see in front of us here. I will try to make the text bigger in this page. Alright, you will see the woman when she killed Muhammad. This is one of the hadith. I see there's many hadith here in front of us. He asked her why I wanted to kill you. He said Allah would not let you do that. They said, shall we kill her? He said no. Now in different hadith right away it says that they killed her because they have a disagreement about if they killed her or not. Then as you see here, the report differ as to whether or not she was killed. It seemed that the Prophet etc. did not kill her at the first, but then he killed her later. Alright, so in the beginning he did not kill her right away, but then he executed her, alright, for a punishment. Now the question here, the you know, in the story, when Muhammad he asked her, what made you do that? Look what she said. Read with me please. We wanted to know if you are a liar, in which case we would have got rid of you, and if you are a prophet, then the poison would not harm you. That's extremely dangerous. Let me be sure it is more clear for you guys in the screen. Let us do it this way. I'm making the text bigger so you guys can see it better. Alright, I hope it's clear. So she is trying to determine if he is a prophet or not, and what she will do is going to confirm that if he is a prophet, God will save him. If he is not, we will get rid of this gang, this criminal who killed my family, who killed my husband, who killed my brother, who killed my kids, who killed hundreds of my tribes. Then you will see the hadith continues saying the Prophet used to feel ill because of this food. Do you see it? Used to feel, so the poison already made a damage and Muhammad was dying slowly. But this is mean that the test the woman she did, it was a very confirming test, because she said here, we wanted to know if you were a liar, in which case we would have get rid of you, and if you are a prophet, then the poison would not harm you, which means God will save you and you will not die because of it. But Muhammad he confirmed that he died because of the poison. Now we know there is a verse in the Quran where Muhammad he said, and supposedly this is his God talking, if you remember, Muhammad he made a chapter 69 verse number 46, and you can read a few verses before it. He said, supposedly Allah saying that if Muhammad is a fabricating Quran, we are going to cut his artery. Alright, now if he is, this is a message we send down from the Lord of the world, which is very strange, and the proof that Islam is nothing but a scam, because if the one is talking is Allah, why Allah says this is a message sent down from the Lord of the world? Who are you the one is talking? I thought you are the Lord of the world. And then if the messenger were invent any saying in our name, we would certainly seize him from his right hand, and we should certainly then cut off his artery of his heart. But hold on, this is exactly what the hadith is saying. Muhammad saying, I feel my aorta is cutting off. So Muhammad proving to us in every way, in every mean, that he is a false prophet. Even the action proving it, even the promise he make proving it. Because when you say to the women, Allah will never allow that to happen to me, Allah will not let that to happen to me, Allah will never give you power to do it. Why Muhammad is saying that? Because he is a prophet. And this is exactly what the women she said to him too. We wanted to know if you were a liar, in which case we would have get rid of you, and if you were a prophet, then the poison would not harm you. And you see the hadith reported. This is a very strong hadith in many locations, in many books. The same story. All right. She said, I wanted to see if you were a prophet, then Allah would tell you about it, and if you were not a prophet, Allah would be rid of you. That's mean Muhammad, he fell into the test. And the funny Muhammad, he says, if you eat 7 ajwa a day, which means 7 palm tree fruits a day, no poison can affect you and no black magic can affect you. And later we find that he died in poison, and he is eating 7 ajwa a day, which is additional proof that he is making up lies about eating 7 ajwa, and you will be saved, nothing will affect you. Now as long we prove in the Quran that every bad thing happened to you by the will of Allah, and everything happened to you by the will of Allah, and even Muhammad, he made a hadith about it, as you see in the front of you. You can see the reference. This is Sahih al-Bukhari, hadith number 6594, as you see here. All right. Here Muhammad is speaking about that any, a human being is based in his destiny. So a human being of you will be doing the will, like his own work, his own deed, until there is a cubit between him and heaven, and then he will go to hell, because Allah, he will change his course, and what is written for him in his destiny will take over. So the one who will go to fire, he will go to hell, to heaven, and the one who will go to heaven, he will go to fire, because at the end of the day, it is not your deeds, it's not your work, it's what Allah wrote for you. But this is mean that what happened to Muhammad, as we showed you in the Quran, that no bad thing, no harm can happen to you unless it is the permission of Allah. That's mean the death of Muhammad was happened by the order of Allah. Anything happened to Muhammad, it was by Allah. You can read any translation you want, but it's very clear. All right, any translation you want. This is mean that Muhammad, he was killed. If Allah exists for real, and if this verse is true, that mean Muhammad was killed by Allah, not by this woman. Because remember, it is not the women who decide that according to the Quran, according to the Hadith. It is Allah. Allah is using the women to kill Muhammad. Allah is using the women to kill Muhammad, which means the one who really killed Muhammad is Allah, not the women. As you see in that hadith here, hold on, it says here, then the soul breathed into him, etc., by Allah permission, etc., and then or a man may do the deeds of people of the fire till there is only one cubit of or an arm beneath, or a distance between him and the fire, and then but then that written which Allah he ordered, which means before you created you, proceed, and he does the deeds of people of paradise, and he enter paradise. So you do the bad deed by your will, what is going to take over is the good deed of Allah will take you to heaven. Why? Because Allah he decide for you where you will go. Are you getting the point? So all the first bad deeds you did is going to go, is gone, because simply Allah is going to overwrite your deed, because he wrote a destiny for you, and as long his destiny is you go to heaven, then he suddenly you will start doing things will take you to heaven. So doing the good things here, it's not was not your own permission, it was Allah destiny. Same, you will see that the same person who was going to go to hellfire, to heaven, you know, he will go to hellfire. Then, and the man may do the deeds of people of paradise till there is only one cubit between or two between him and paradise. Then that is written proceed, he does the deeds of the people of fire and enter it. So the question here, as long it is the destiny of this woman to kill, as long there is no bad things can happen to any Muslim unless it is the permission of Allah, as we see here. And as long Muhammad, he said, Allah will never allow such a thing to happen to me. And then we find that Muhammad, he died by the poison which he ate in Khaybar. All of this prove that Muhammad is a false prophet, especially even the poison itself was given as a test to see if he's a prophet or not. If this guy is a prophet, he's not done with his mission, you know, he's a prophet, he have to continue, then there is no way Allah will allow me to kill him. But he died from the poison. Actually, he died more painful pain because he was dying slowly. So Allah did not save him, and the poison affected him badly. And immediately you see in the hadith, it's speaking clearly that always he feel bad and he feels sick because what happened to him in that story. So Muhammad, he failed the test of the women. Muhammad failed his own test when he said Allah will never allow such a thing to happen to me. He will never give you power over that, and obviously she got the power to do that, which means Allah protection is false protection, and him promising that Allah will protect him is a false promise, and that make him a false person who make false claim, and he is a liar. So all of this will lead us to very simple question: who is the one he killed Muhammad? Based on the reference we showed you, it was Allah, if Allah is a true God. Based on my understanding, Allah is not exist, and the one who killed Muhammad was a woman, and Muhammad, by saying all those statements about himself from his own mouth, Allah will never give you power, Allah will never allow such a thing to happen to me, and you know, I'm protected, and there's no bad thing in this earth can happen without permission from Allah, and etc. And then we find that he died by the poison of this woman, and this woman, even she said clearly that this was a test to see if you are a prophet or not. If you are not a prophet, you will die from the poison, and if you are, your God will protect you. And all of those things gave Muhammad failure in every way, in every mean. So I wanted to share this video with you, and at the end of this video I would like to remind people who ask me how we can help in donation. Simply, the donation is very simple, guys. We have this address. You can go here where you can share your donation. You can start with $1 a month, which means $12 a year. Consider yourself inviting me for a cup of coffee to help us in our mission. However, if you are willing to do more, it's up to you, but this is how it starts, and you can cancel it anytime you want. Now the website is very easy to work with. You can cancel anytime your donation, and you can edit it, which means you can increase, you can decrease. Let us say you said this month I want to give $1, next month you said I want to make it $2. You just log to your account and you can change, and even you can log in by using a nickname, which means even from my side I will not know who you are. The information you enter about your finance is going to be between you and the company, not me. So from my side only I can see a nickname. So you can even create a nickname like same as nickname forever, whatever you want to. You can call yourself Tom and Jerry if you want. So it's very simple, very easy, and we appreciate those people who they are helping us. And I will see you with more videos. Christ is Lord, Islam is false. I mean to that. Thank you.